Hello everyone, today I will present an English for specific purpose assignment. This assignment is a mid-semester assignment which we previously presented in our class. Thank you to our beautiful and kind lecturer, Dr. Resdiana Rajaguguk M. Hum, who has helped us to learn more about ESP in depth. Before I present my presentation today, I will introduce myself. My name is Francisca Simanjuntak and I am a postgraduate student of HKBP Nommensen University Medan. And today I will present about 1. Types and features of ESP, 2. Roles of ESP, 3. Types or tree of ESP, and 4. Approach to need analysis in ESP. Okay, now let's go to the first topic. It's types of ESP. There are some types of ESP. 1. English for Occupational Purpose or EOP. EOP serves learners with particular needs related to their occupational profession development. It is suitable for people who need English for their jobs. Help learners develop vocabulary and communication skill necessary for specific jobs or work tasks. Focus: teaching English relevant to specific occupation or profession. Example: English for nursing, English for engineering, English for aviation, etc. Second, English for vocational purpose or EVP. EVP has gained its prominence because more and more English language programs are geared for those who would like to learn English which is relevant to their vocation. Focus: providing language skill for vocational or technical fields. Example: English for culinary arts, English for automotive mechanics, English for tourism, etc. Third, still in types of ESP, English for Science and Technology or EST. EST is English language which is the universal form of communication in science. Is the best way to share one's research findings with scientists in other parts of the world. Providing English language skill for scientific and technical fields. Example: writing research paper, understanding technical documents, participating in scientific. And the fourth is English for Business Purpose or EBV. EBV is one of the forms of language used business purpose. EBV improve your overall English language ability while targeting areas that will help you achieve your goals at work. Focus: teaching English for professional settings including business communication skills. Examples: business writing, negotiation skills, presentation skills, etc. Now we are going to the features of ESP. 1. Specialized vocabulary. ESP courses focus on the vocabulary relevant to the learner's specific fields or context. It refers to teaching in the English language to university students of people already in employment, with reference to a particular vocabulary and skill they get. Second, authentic materials. Materials used in ESP courses are authentic and directly related to the learner's professional or academic needs. Any material written in English that was not created for intentional use in the English classroom can make the teaching experience even more engaging, imaginative, and motivating for learners. Third, task-based learning. Learning activities in ESP courses are task-oriented and mimic real-life situations. enabling learners to develop practical language skill. This focus on learning in a foreign language is the goal for learners to learn language. This learning needs analysis, problem solving, and solving activities small group. Focus on communication skill. ESP emphasizes developing communication skill, speaking, listening, reading, writing, necessary for effective communication in the learner's fields. The learners are encouraged to speak freely and fluently on a variety of professional topics in wide range of interaction, using as much technical vocabulary as possible and making use of large selected of grammar structures. Next, needs-driven curriculum. Learners with a certain English proficiency level for a situation where the language is going to be used to develop learners' professional language competencies, enabling the learners to function effectively in culturally diverse academic and professional environment. The learners have in order to be able to communicate effectively in the target situation. The second topic that I will present today is about roles of ESP teachers. 1. Language instructor. Teach language skill, reading, writing, listening, speaking within the context of the learner's specific field. Need analysis. Identify learners' language need through various means such as interviews, surveys, analysis of target context, etc. 3. Materials developer. Create or adapt materials to suit the learner's specific purpose, ensuring authenticity and relevance. Facilitator of communication. Create opportunities for learners to practice English in authentic contexts, fostering effective communication skills. And the last is assessor. Evaluate learners' progress and proficiency in the target language, providing feedback for improvement. Now we are going to the third topic in this presentation is about types or tree of ESP. The tree structure of ESP can be further elaborated upon with specific examples for each branch, illustrating the diverse range of ESP subfields within each category. The tree of English for specific purposes refers to the specialized branches or areas of English language learning that cater to specific professional or academic needs. Here are some common branches of English for specific purposes or ESP. 1. English for business focuses on language skill needed in a business context, such as writing emails, making presentations, and negotiating. 2. English for medical purposes, tailored for healthcare professionals to communicate effectively with patients, colleagues, and write medical reports. 3. English for academic purpose or EAP. Helps non-native English speakers succeed in an academic environment, including writing research papers, giving presentation, and understanding academic texts. 4. English for legal purpose. Teach legal terminology, writing legal documents, and communication skill required in the legal field. 5. English for aviation. Specifically designed for pilots or air traffic controllers and aviation professionals to communicate effectively in the aviation industry. 6. English for tourism. Focuses on language skill needed in the tourism industry, such as providing information to tourists, guiding tours, and hospitality. 7. English for engineering. Covers technical vocabulary, writing reports, and communicating effectively in an engineering context. And here we can see the tree of ELT by Hutchinson T and Waters A in 1987. And we can see from learning for communication, language teaching, and the branches that consist of English for specific purpose. And now let's go to the last topic of this presentation. Approach to need analysis in ESP. Definition. Richard Platt and Platt in 1992, page 243 state that need analysis is the process of determining the needs for which a learner of group learners acquires a language and arrange the needs according to priorities. Bachman and Palmer, a good need analysis or need assessment involves the systematic gathering of specific information about the language needs of learners and the analysis of this information for purposes of language syllabus design. Bas Turkman identifies need analysis as a process of learning about the present situation of the students in the college rather than an object of investigation. It is a process of refining and redefining process and concepts. The purpose of conducting needs analysis. The needs analysis may serve a variety of purposes in language teaching, including the following: to determine whether a learner needs particular language skill in order to perform a certain role, for instance, sales manager, tour guide, or university teachers or learner. 2. To ascertain whether existing courses address the needs of potential learners. 3. To identify the group of learners most needs training in particular language skills. 4. To identify the gap between what students are capable of doing and what they need to be capable of doing in a reference group, and to identify a change of direction. The process of conducting needs analysis. To conduct a need analysis, the first step is to determine its purpose. When a need analysis is conducted for tourism and hotel employees, for example, it might be carried out to determine the following. 1. Identify the current language proficiency level of employees. 2. Count the number of employees who need language skills training. 3. Identifying the language problems employees have at work as perceived by senior tourism and hotel managers. 4. Identify the language challenge employees face in their workplace. 5. To identify what types of transactions are typically performed by employees in English. 6. To find out which language are used in those transactions to assess whether the occurs and textbooks currently available meet the needs of employees. It is important to collect information from a variety of sources. When conducting a need analysis of language skills difficulties experienced by learners, the following factors could be considered. 1. Example writing from students. 2. Test results of students' competencies. 3. Typical problems faced by students as outlined by teachers. 4. The opinions of the experts. 5. Students' responses to questionnaires and interviews. 6. Examining academic writing textbooks. 7. Literature of survey related to the study. 8. Programs offered by other institutions that focus on writing. Conclusions. ESP prepares students to communicate effectively in English in variety of fields, including those of economics, politics, medicine, engineering, etc. Conducting a need analysis process involves doing some sort of activity with a learner to determine what their learning needs are. This may be considered to be the most crucial aspect of curriculum development and teaching English for specific purpose, or ESP. I have presented my presentation today. I apologize if I have any mistakes. See you in the next time. Thank you so much.